I believe, that broke people in the civilized world, not the United States. Actually, this is one country that does not count because medical care and health insurance is all about how much money you have. But if you're from England, you think, oh, I have healthcare. If you're from Sweden, you think, oh, great, I have healthcare. If you're German, you think, okay, if I have healthcare, I can go to hospital if I have a problem. You don't have healthcare at all. You haven't got a fucking clue what healthcare is. Let me explain to you how healthcare works. There are 2 or 3 different types of chemo that the NHS, the National Health Service of the UK, can afford to buy. If you get cancer of the lung, they will pump you through one of these types of chemo. Your hair will fall out, you'll be very sick, and it's a race to the bottom to see what kills you first, the chemo or the cancer. And I sympathize deeply with cancer patients. I have a friend who's been battling cancer for many years. I've lost a friend to cancer. It's a very serious and very horrible disease. But if you're English and you think I have cancer, you're like, thank God I've got the NHS because I have healthcare. No, you do not. You have the most entry-level, basic healthcare. It's the equivalent of if the government gave everyone free food, you're on bread and butter. That's it. But there's other foods out there that you don't know about. You just eat your daily food. Oh, bread and butter. The government feeds me. It's great. You don't have healthcare at all. Let me explain to you what happens when you're a multimillionaire and you have cancer. You go to a specialist in Switzerland, perhaps. Switzerland does this. Dubai does this. They will take a piece of your tumor from your lung via a keyhole surgery, and they will replicate the tumor in a lab. This is very time-consuming and very expensive. The NHS will not pay for this to happen. They will take all the different types of chemo. You thought there was only 2 or 3? No. There are hundreds of different types of chemochemicals. And they will apply all the different types of chemochemicals to different samples of your exact tumor. They will find out which is the most effective at killing the cancer. They will take that chemo, and that's the one that you will be provided with for a massive fee. And you'll pay your money and take this chemo, which will kill the cancer so fast and so much easier that your hair doesn't fall out, your skin doesn't go bad, you don't lose massive amounts of weight, it's still not comfortable, and it doesn't work every time, and some cancer is untreatable. But your odds of survival are so much higher. So much higher. I hear of people dying of cancer all the time. When's the last time you've heard of someone really rich and really important dying of cancer? Answer that question. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was stupid. Steve Jobs got cancer, which was stage 1 cancer, very treatable. Decided to go and meditate and eat fruit and take juices because some hippies told him that would cure it. And then he died of cancer. Of course he did. But if Steve Jobs had used his money and his finances to get the type of treatment I'm talking about, he'd still be alive today. How many really rich, famous people have battled and died from cancer in the last 10 years that you can think of? Yeah, exactly. Poor people don't know that real healthcare exists. Oh, a very good friend of mine has been messing around with dentists in the UK for a long time. He's got a lot of teeth falling out. I'm not going to say his name. His jaw bone is eroding. He's been to dentists in England hundreds of times. They've just put injections in his mouth to try and stop the bone erosion. I took him to a dentist, and I offered to pay for his treatment. He's a very dear friend of mine. I've known him for many years. His treatment is going to cost me upwards of £50,000 to completely fix his jawbone, bone graft flown in from a cadaver. A cadaver bone graft from a donor, I guess. New teeth put in, etc. And he's going to be fixed in no time. Money buys healthcare. And if you think you have healthcare, you do not. That's what I would say is the most crazy thing about having money.